This is your Ken, the Yoshkin, bringing you a video on Splatoon 2. More importantly, of what the things I think that don't make any sense. And what I mean by that is, there's some controls that they tweaked from bringing it from the Wii U to the Switch. First off, you can't jump with the X button anymore, and since I was used to that and the thumbstick being above the face buttons, I kept pressing X to jump the first time I played the game. Here's the problem. X doesn't bring up a jump, but doesn't bring you to jump. It brings up the map screen. So I'm like, alright, it brings up the map screen. And then the map screen stays up there while I'm not pressing the button. I might say, oh boy, is this actually a bad decision for whoever made this? Whenever I'm trying to look at a map, I don't want it plastered in the middle of my screen. I don't want it thrusted upon me in the middle of my screen where I have to press the button again, and I know this seems a bit nitpicky, but pressing the button again in the middle of the action just to check on the things. In the original Splatoon, the map was down on your gamepad, so you would have to look down, just take a glance off your screen into the gamepad to look where everything was. It was very helpful during the last minute when in Turf War you're looking to see what ground isn't splatted. So I'm gonna say, alright, I'll just look at the map, but then you had this plaster in the middle of your screen, and if you're in the middle of action at the moment, then having that plastered in your screen is the worst thing. If it's set to a toggle, which means if you press and hold it, it'll stay up, and then once you release the button, then it'll go off the screen, it would be a far better option. The only time I want my map to be fully in my screen by pressing one button is the pause button, and then to see the entire situation, where I can back out the map if I felt like it. But that's not the case. The other reason is, say like if the ink strike was in this game, you would actually coordinate your ink strike on the map. That's the only other time you should want your map to be plastered on your screen for you to do nothing but just see it. Only time when you're using a special weapon or if you're pausing the game. Really, I believe there should be a mini-map on the screen in one of the far corners, just to show you your situation. I'm not saying like there needs to be like a UAV or something like that, like all the Call of Duty style. I'm just saying we need a better map system. That's one of the things that you should not want to see in your first-person shooters, the map plastered in your screen. Your vision is the most important thing in this game. And for some reason, this just irks me. It irks me since the first beta. And that's one of the big problems. And I'm talking about gameplay here, and I'm not talking about the voice chats that I've heard so much stuff about. Like, you can't even use it in the background of your phone, and your phone has to constantly stay on. And by the way, if you didn't know that, that means you would have to constantly tap your screen. You would have to constantly tap your screen while playing the game just to have the voice chat to stay on. And if your phone goes off in lock mode, so goes the voice chat. And that's such a stupid design. Nintendo, I like your products. I like some of the things you do. But there's one problem that you have constantly shown us. Is the fact that you don't like to give us a lot of settings. You don't like to give us a robust settings option. Bar Super Smash Bros. 4, because it has a nice customization where you can change your controller styles and all of that, and the way you actually want to play the game. But look at ARMS, for example, their latest fighter. Who puts the guard button on the stick? You have to press in the stick to guard. Who thought of this? It's mind-boggling. Why can't I just set my own controls for this fighting game? Why can't I set my own controls for Splatoon the way I want to play the game? Of course, I don't have the full game with me. That'll be tomorrow, and I'll go over all of the options, but I'm pretty sure if it's not in the options in the demo, which is supposed to be in the full version of the game, seeing all the menus and all that, and it's just some things are blacked out and inaccessible, then what is the full game going to be like when it launches tomorrow? What am I going to see when I see the option settings when I'm playing tomorrow? I'm going to be thoroughly disappointed. Well, not really, because I already expect it, but I'll be thoroughly disappointed if they make no changes to where people can actually customize their own controls. That's one of the things that made me not want to pick up Star Fox Zero, because it was motion controls only. I couldn't set it to non-motion controls, even though there were multiple buttons. But that's one thing they always get done. They always want to give us a motion control option. And I may not be the biggest fan of motion controls, but I always like more options for people who enjoy motion controls, who use them. I'm a person that's indifferent about them. I'll use it if I like it. If I don't want to touch it. But they always want to give motion controls the biggest priority. But they don't want to give people who use a standard controller the options to make their experience even better. It could have helped in Breath of the Wild when I was getting used to playing on a traditional controller from Nintendo for once. It could have certainly helped in ARMS. It could help in Mario Kart too, even though I don't believe you don't need to change those controls. It'll be a nice option. I lost my train of thought. What the heck was I saying? Yeah, the motion controls. I think that motion controls are fine, but don't make it the forefront of the game. Show that there's multiple control styles for every individual. You guys are morally about bringing everyone together, but if I don't like motion controls and my friend does, then we should be able to play him without him with motion controls, me without motion controls, and I should be able to customize my settings. I shouldn't have to be using the presets that you guys want me recommended to use. A recommendation is a recommendation. You recommend me to use these, and it's not a requirement. It shouldn't be a requirement for settings like that. So back to what I was saying with Splatoon. The map. I believe there should be a setting in Splatoon 2 that allows you to toggle the map on the X button. Honestly, I'd rather have it on the minus button because it will remind me of other shooters that have their stats bar right there, so I can just toggle it on the minus button. I think that it should be a mini map, or the map is simplified in a smaller window. Or the map is simplified in a smaller window. There should be really no reason why that is the case. I get why the map wasn't on the screen in the original Splatoon. But this is the second game. It's without the Wii U gamepad. So there should be compromises that allows you to do that. Plastering the map on the screen is not a good compromise. Thank you. Well, plastering it with a staying button on there and I have to press the button again to get that shouldn't be it. It's just all in general, this is one problem I've seen with the gameplay itself. It's a big problem to me because if I'm pressing a button to get my map plastered in my screen while I'm in the middle of a fight, I can take it down with a simple press of the button, but I can't just be occupied on shooting and not press the button. It may seem like a little insignificant thing, but little insignificant things can add up. That's all I'm really trying to say. So this is Yorkin, the Yoshkin, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for a live stream I'm planning to do for Splatoon 2's single player. I'm gonna try to do it on my Twitch channel. And if you disagree or agree, post down in the comments. I'd like to hear what you gotta say. But tomorrow on Twitch, I'm planning on doing some single-player gameplay. I'll try to do it for YouTube too, but hopefully my computer can actually do that stuff without any problem. But my YouTube name, my Twitch name is The Real Yoshkin because somebody already took Yoshkin. A little bit late on the party, but that's the case. So I'll see you guys then. Bye-bye.